Welcome to the No Limits Life podcast, where we explore the mindset, discipline, and inner strength required to live a life of true purpose and fulfillment. I'm your host, Nordine Zouareg, two-time Mr. Universe bestselling author and high-performance coach. Hi, Ken, my co-host, Ken.
Hey, Nordine. Good to
and
be back.
Emilio, my producer. How you
Thanks,
doing?
Emilio. You do a great job for us.
Yes, absolutely. Today's episode is a little different. Instead of bringing a guest, I'm stepping into the conversation with you, Ken.
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about something deeply personal. The upcoming release of my new book, The No Limits Life, 365 Daily Meditation to Unlock Your Strength and Live Life Beyond Your Comfort Zone.
How exciting is that?
Very, very excited. Let me begin with this. Your life is happening now, and the power to transform it is within you. Ken, this quote is the foundation of the entire book.
I love the quote, but I got a question for you. So why are you doing this book, and why are you doing it now?
The why behind the book started a long time ago, and it's not just about now. For years, I have been, throughout my both professional and personal life, I would take notes of things that would impact my day, or it would make me stop and think. So I would take notes. Mm-hmm. I started doing that a long time ago.
I know you're always taking notes when I'm with you.
I always do.
Yeah.
And that's because I not only I love to write, but it takes the stuff out of me and put it on the paper and puts perspective.
Well, plus you don't forget it.
Exactly.
I would forget it.
And I like to read it and instead of reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
So it started a long time ago. And I remember one day I had to stop, and the kids were in the back, my Isabella and Armand. I think they were like 3 and 4.
They're little.
Yeah. And Dad, what are you doing? And I said, I got to take notes. And fast forward a year and a half ago, when I told my kids, who are now 22 and 23, that I was writing a book about the notes.
Right.
They're like, oh, that's why.
20-year-old notes.
That's why you're taking all the notes. Well, no, it started before the kids.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So wait, what book is this for you? How many books have you already written?
This is the third book that is traditionally published.
Okay.
But I've written other books just for myself, and for I've written manuals for my clients and the like. To answer your first question, the now, or the why is really started a long time ago. It's not now, but now it's finally coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And this is based on not only my life journey, but also the experience of all the clients that I've worked with. And
you worked with a lot of big names.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You name it, business moguls, celebrities.
And this was all at Miraval, the resort.
Yes, but I've worked with some
in Arizona.
celebrities before Miraval. When I got into the U.S., my first clients were the Maloof family. The Maloof brothers were big. So anyway, these guys were mogul, and that's who I started working when I got here. Again, it's the stories or the experiences. Somebody would say something, and I would start thinking about it, and I would write about it.
Did you always know you were going to write this book with these notes, or you?
No, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Hence, when I started taking notes, I didn't even think I was going to be a published author.
Right.
So I just wrote it because for me it was for my own mental health. So to speak, and that.
So therapeutic. Yeah.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
That was the sole.
And did you ever think you would go back to those notes, like if you thought you would, and look at a thought?
I was always going back to, when my father, God bless his soul, he always said, you don't reinvent life. Life happens to all of us. The same things are going to happen, different circumstances. So if you learn from your parents and learn from the elders, from people who are going to teach you, you're going to find the same situation, different circumstances. So you can use what you learn from them to deal with your own life.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
So those notes were little snippets of the experiences I had with my own journey and
how you dealt with it.
And how I dealt with
Right.
it and how they dealt with it.
Right. Okay.
And so, and that's in a nutshell, why I wrote the book.
You and I talk a lot, right? I'm really intrigued by this 365-day meditation. And I think it's really cool because I don't know if any other book has done something like that.
When I say meditation, we're not sitting and doing an actual meditation. This is, a reflective book. So it's
So how do you, like when I read this book for the first time, what am I
this
doing?
This book takes you, the No Limits Life book takes you on a journey, January 1st to December 31st.
Okay.
A whole year journey.
How many pages is this?
265 meditations.
Okay.
And they all starts from January, like I said, January 1st. The beauty about this,
Yeah.
This book is designed for both readers and non-readers.
I'm a slow reader.
So
one page is good for me.
You read the page, and in 60 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
This is what it takes, how long it takes to read the page.
Okay.
60 seconds, you now have food for thought. We all are driven by several emotions throughout the day, and the book goes through all of these emotions. So if you read first page, January 1st, and you think that, okay, well, is it pertaining to me? Maybe not to the moment, but maybe during the day, something is going to happen. You're going to say something, somebody is going to tell you something, you're not going to know how to deal with it. And this reflective page, these 60 seconds are going to help you deal with that problem.
So do you recommend to the people that are the overachievers not to read more than one page a day? Because there's going to be some people who are going to say, well, I could read this book in 2 days.
I think, it's always best to read and digest.
Mm-hmm. It is for me, yeah, because then you internalize it.
Yeah, so you
make it part of you.
You read it and let it sit. And because I guarantee you that each page, at one point or another, is going to help you deal with one or more situations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why the book is so powerful, because it delves into experiences that not only me, but high-profile people, even clients that I had were not, celebrities or business moguls, who I learned tremendously from them. I even learned from anyone. My advice to people out there, if you have a story and you want to write about it, just write. And people are afraid because they are afraid of not writing properly. I think what you need to do is what I call verbal vomit.
What does that mean?
You just write down everything that comes into mind, heart.
Okay.
Just write down and then organize them. Okay. So that's the first step. It's a long journey. Writing a book is one thing. The marketing and everything else. It's huge. My girlfriend, the other day she said, I have no idea how he did. It's monumental.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to read it. You still haven't shared it with me. I've read your other books, but you haven't read this.
Yeah,
I haven't read this one.
This book is coming out September 1st.
Yeah.
2026.
Well, I can't wait.
Well, you probably have it maybe a couple of weeks before. So the beauty of it is that I write and I read it to the people close to me, aka my girlfriend or my son, and they're like, approve or disapprove. If they approve and they like it, I keep it that way. If they don't, I start rewriting it.
Right.
So and that's how the process starts. But Ken, the interesting part about it is that I wrote another book before that one. Okay, and that was ready, and it was more about time management and time and energy management. It wasn't about the notes and all that.
Right.
So I wanted to write about how people can use time, full of energy. I mean, when you take care of yourself, and you can be, and I'm talking about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual reservoirs. So if you depleted 1 hour of time, you're not going to be doing much.
Right.
But if you're full of energy in all those 4 reservoirs, you can accomplish a great deal. You can work 3 hours a day and accomplish 12 hours worth of work.
So were you writing this book
every day?
That one?
So I finished that one, and my agent was trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And we call that shopping. And the publishers were looking for something else. Okay. And she told me, is there something that you, and I'm like, cool. I've already written this thing.
Right.
I mean, you're asking me to write another book.
She wants another book out of
And
you.
I'm like, she said, I'm just, she's cute. She's so nice and very smart and
Right.
very, very good at what she does. She said, I'm just putting that out there. And then I started thinking about the notes.
Right.
Oh my God.
So was it a year from that point that she asked you that question?
So a year and a half later,
Okay.
and so she actually sold the book. I started writing the rest.
Wow.
Okay, so I think I was probably, half through the book. We started when I got the book deal. I started working on it, and that's where my family and friends were instrumental in the process. And I'm saying instrumental because this was not the usual book.
Right.
It was impacting people's lives. Okay, there's one thing between content that is telling you what to do, and another is telling you how to be, how to feel.
Well, what I'm curious about, you've done so much with your life. I mean, I know you from talking to you, but I also know you from the last book you wrote, and learn more about you towards the end of the
desire
book.
to fight.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And everything from the way you were born, the way you were at a cemetery, your mom had to bring you to a cemetery, and you were still alive.
Yeah.
And you were a gymnast, and from a gymnast, went into bodybuilding, and then you became 2-time Mr. Universe. I mean, it's amazing. But what I'm curious is about the title of No Limits Life. Where does that title come from?
I grew up.
And what does it mean?
I grew up in a very, very, poor environment. As you know, and you read, I'm not French. I mean, I'm French, but I was born in Algeria in the back of a truck, Berber parents. So from there, my journey started. And when we moved to France, people put a cap on us. We were just, immigrant,
Right.
and nothing more. So I grew up bullied, and that's, there was limits, right? You're limited to who you are.
Right.
And you're not going to be more than that.
Right.
And so when I got to a certain age, I think it was 19, and I saw this gymnast, and as you probably read it in the book, it really inspired me. I saw this Russian Olympic gymnast doing the Iron Cross, and I came back from school that day, and I saw my siblings watching that. And mind you, I had a very tough experience that day with bullies. And something, it's like you fall in love. When you fall, I'm sure with Susie it was the same way. You fell in love, and it's just you anchored it in your subconscious mind, and from there, your whole behavior changed. You start, doing and being the things that would lead you to be with her. You would do everything when you fall in love. When you fall in love, and I'm not talking about ego love. I'm not talking about the idea of love.
Right.
Okay, because is deceiving. Sooner or later, you will move on. But true love is about that anchor, that flame that you started.
So that's when that
in
hit
your
you,
heart.
that feeling.
That feeling when I saw that gymnast, I fell in love. And from then on, my behavior changed, Ken. So, of course, I thought it was, to become like him, I needed to do gymnastics.
Right.
As you read in a fitness,
Right.
I did gymnastics, but I was so skinny that I broke my wrists. So, and the coach suggested that I would go and do some weightlifting.
So that was the end of your gymnastics career, and then you go into bodybuilding.
Exactly. And there I was terrified. Again, I saw limits.
Yeah.
And then as my body grew, my mind got stronger.
So to give you confidence, is that what it
I
was?
started to become more confident. But then I went beyond that. I used this connection between mind and body at an early age, and that's how I started.
How old are you at this point when you win your first Mr.
I was
Universe?
23.
That's very young.
Yeah,
Extremely young.
And so watchers and listeners right now need to understand this fact.
Which is what?
That it's important to understand that when you anchor this passion for something, you develop this, what I call inspiration. In the word inspiration, there is the word spirit. You're now inspired by something else than the outside world. In other words, you're not motivated. And again, as I mentioned earlier, the idea of love, okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true love. It's impossible to love someone or something else if you don't have love in you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, every one of us, each one of us, and every one of us have that. We just need to connect to it.
So tell me again, so the No Limits life comes from?
And from that love, that passion.
So you felt desire, at that point you have no limit.
And you read the last chapter 13 of Inner Fitness, the desire to fight.
Right.
And I wanted to fight because people were putting limits on my life. And my parents grew up that way, and people were, until my father passed, people were putting limits. And
you saw that growing up.
I refused
right.
to
so you said that's not going to
stay
be me.
there. And I said, I'm going to turn this around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show myself and the world that I and my life have no limit. And of course, to a certain extent, when you think that way, some people may use that to do things that are not appropriate.
Once you won your second title as Mr. Universe, did you feel like you satisfied that passion to achieve what you wanted to achieve?
So let's put it this way, Ken. You climb a mountain, you reach the top. Which one is more important, climbing or getting to the top?
Probably the climb.
Okay, you get to the top, you enjoy the view, and then
it's over.
You do another one.
Yeah.
Life is a series of mountains that you need to climb and get to the top. Mm-hmm. When you climb one, you get to the top. Enjoy the view, enjoy the fruit of your labor, and then start again, because it's only a matter of time before your heart is going to say, there is something else out there.
Right.
Hence, no limits. No limits is about climbing, getting to the top, enjoying, climbing again, getting to the top.
So would you recommend to our viewers and listeners, once you've accomplished that goal, make sure you have another goal?
Absolutely.
Keep going.
But it's not about making sure you're going to have another goal. It's going to come naturally.
Okay.
When you're a driven person,
yeah,
things come naturally.
Right.
I'm always doing one thing, and then I finish it, get to the top, and do another one. Mm-hmm. Same with the books.
Yeah, will be a is this the third book you said?
This is my third.
Will there be a fourth?
Traditional.
Will there be a fourth book?
We'll see.
Oh.
Well, I'm already writing.
Well, I'm excited to hear about it.
I haven't stopped.
I'm sure I'm going to see you take notes every time I'm with you.
It doesn't matter for me.
I would like to see you take notes at some point when you're with me.
Here's another thing.
Maybe I'll say something, profound.
This is another thing that I want you to understand, and people out there, is it's not about the process itself or the achievement itself. It's about the process. Okay, you engage yourself in what you're doing. Engage yourself in what you do, mentally, physically, spiritually, and otherwise. And detach yourself from the outcome. In other words, because when you think about the outcome, the process is messy. Mm-hmm. Because you have your mind on the outcome, so the content is not going to be as good. But when you engage into the content and detach, you just say, I'm doing everything I know and I can into this project.
So that's like being in the moment, right?
Being in the moment.
Got to be present in the moment.
You have to be in the moment.
Yeah.
Do what needs to be done. And I would say be that too. Mm-hmm. Okay? And detach from the outcome.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I can see that because that's worked for me too. I hate to say it, but I think we got to wrap it up.
Yes, yes.
I could
And
talk to you all day about this.
do you have any other
But
questions?
well, yeah. When am I going to get your book?
September
I want the
1st.
No Limits Life
September
book.
1st, 2026.
That means I got to wait how many months
and
now?
of course,
3 or 4
people-
more months.
If people are following me on all social media, I will let them know, or they can sign up to the NoLimitsLifeBook.com, the NoLimitsLifeBook.com. They can enter their information, and they'll receive instantly an excerpt of the book.
Oh, nice.
They can read it. They like it. They can pre-order. They don't like it. Good luck.
So what? Okay, September 1st. Where would we find it? Where we go to buy it?
Bookstores.
Bookstores.
And this,
will it be on like Amazon?
Yes,
Okay.
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target.
Nice.
This website will tell them, the NoLimitsLifeBook.com will tell them where to find.
Beautiful. I can't wait to read it.
Absolutely, me too.
Yeah.
So
1 page a day, though.
1 page a day. So on this note, I would like to read, it is the quote that I read in the beginning. Your life is happening now, and the power to transform it is within you. Most people live as if life hasn't started yet. They wait for the right moment, the right conditions, the right version of themselves. But life doesn't wait. It's happening now, in your choices, your habits, your thoughts. Transformation is not something that arrives in the future. It's something you activate in the present. And the moment you take ownership, everything begins to change. Call to action. Don't wait for clarity. Create it through action. What is the one decision you can make today that moves you closer to the life you want?
Nordine, this is great. I'm very excited about your 3rd book coming out.
Thank you.
And I will be the first in line for it.
Am I?
I'll stand in line, well, maybe a couple days before.
I'm going to make you wait.
I'll be right in front of Barnes & Noble waiting to get in. Anyway, so first of all, we absolutely appreciate you spending time with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate our viewers listening, watching. So please comment, subscribe, like. Emilio, as always, thank you for
Thank you,
putting this all together for us.
Emilio brings magic. Thank you.
He truly does. So we wish you well, and we hope that you join us again for your No Limits Life.